Is your car stalling every time you take your foot off the gas, or is it idling so high at red lights that it feels like it wants to jump forward? These are classic signs of the code P0505, which points to a malfunction in the idle air control system. This system is responsible for managing your engine speed when the throttle plate is closed. Think of it like a computer-controlled lung that allows a specific amount of air to bypass the throttle so the engine stays running smoothly while you are stopped. The idle air control valve uses a small plunger or shutter that moves back and forth to open or close an air passageway. The more air it lets through, the higher your idle goes. Your powertrain control module monitors the voltage in this circuit constantly, and if it sees something wrong, it triggers the light. You will definitely feel this one while driving, because the car might stall out at every stop sign, or you might have to keep your foot on the gas just to keep it from dying. Sometimes the idle will just stay way too high, which wastes gas and puts stress on your brakes. The most common cause is a damaged connector or a wiring issue where the lines are shorting out against each other. It is also very common for the internal motor of the valve to simply fail over time. To diagnose this, start by clearing the codes and then unplugging the idle air control valve entirely. Start the engine and see if the code returns. If the code does not come back, then the valve itself is likely shorted internally and needs to be replaced. If the code does return while the valve is unplugged, then you have a wiring problem somewhere between the valve and the computer. You will need to inspect the wiring harness for any signs of melted insulation or broken wires. You can also use a multimeter to check for continuity and voltage on the lines. In very rare cases, the computer itself might have a failed internal circuit, but you should always rule out the wiring and the valve first. This is a straightforward fix, but since it affects how your car stays running at stops, it is a safety issue that you should address quickly. If you find that the wiring looks okay but the problem persists, a professional can use a high-end scan tool to command the valve to move and verify if the computer is sending the right signals.